DirtFish friends, and a very warm welcome to our end of day 2 review from Rally of Portugal. As you can tell, we're in the service park. I am Colin Clark, and I'm delighted to be joined once again by Andrea Adamo. Andrea, lovely to have you with us this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is great to have Andrea's knowledge, his experience, his insights. Now, let's talk about today. You know, it started off this morning, Andrea, and we were looking at that battle between Kalle Rovanperä and Elfyn Evans. It's gone backwards and forwards all day. It's been impressive. As a team boss, does that situation worry you when you've got your two main drivers fighting tooth and nail?
For sure it's worrying. It's enjoyable and worrying, but it's also true that it's too early in the season and too early in the rally also to freeze positions. Maybe tomorrow we can see something. I don't know what has been said. I don't know what I would have done, because it's easy to speak when you are outside. But for sure, let me say, till tonight, you could let them play a bit. Tomorrow, in the situation of such advantage that we had, that they have respect to the others. And then, sorry if I permit, let's not forget that this year, Katsuta is also bringing points as manufacturer, because he has another Toyota manufacturer. So he's in reality really taking out points to the other. So that the situation that they are facing tonight in terms of points, either for the drivers and the manufacturer championship, is quite
strong,
to say the least.
Yeah, it really is strong. So, you know, we started the morning, as I said, and Elfyn was leading. It's gone backwards and forwards all day. I have to say, Kalle Rovanperä, I've said it enough, I should be able to get it right by now. His performance in the penultimate stage was exceptional. His performance in the afternoon was exceptional. He took round about 20 plus seconds off of Evans. He's a special talent, Andrea, isn't he? He's not scared of anything, Rovanperä.
Let's say, in a normal situation, they have done, he and his co-driver, a great afternoon, to say the least.
They absolutely have. Well, I'll tell you what, let's have a few words and listen to what our rally leader had to say at the end of day 2.
I'm really happy. Tough day again, but we did a good job. On the afternoon we was pushing hard and still I was trying to avoid all the biggest risk on the rough places, not to have a puncture or something, so for sure I have to be happy for the pace. But yeah, Elfyn will be fast tomorrow. He was really fast last year on Sunday, and for sure he's going to push hard, and we need to be also smart, so let's see what we can do.
A mature young man. He's not even 22 yet, he's 21 years old. A really impressive performance today from him. That is the question now, Andrea. You know, at the end of the day, you've got 1, 2, 3 for Toyota. You know, if you're Elfyn Evans, do you go out tomorrow morning thinking I can catch him? Elfyn Evans has to finish this rally. If he's got any realistic chances of winning the title this year, he has to finish ahead of Rovanperä. Is it too early in the season to throw it all at the win?
It depends about the team strategies.
What do you know about? I mean, you know obviously the Toyota team very, very well. We're always told that there's no team orders there. Do we believe that?
Why not? If they say something, we have to believe.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. I think that would be, well, maybe then or no. We'll have to wait and see. I tell you what we'll try and do. We'll try and catch a word or two with the Ari-Matti Latvala.
Before the race, I said that we don't do team orders. We don't like team orders. We can't do team orders because we have said, and we want to give the fair fight for the drivers.
I had a few patches where I had no grip at all near the start of the stage, and the car just sort of took off. So, you know, then when you have that very changeable grip, then you're sort of anticipating that to come at another point, you know. So it was perhaps not quite taking enough risk, but it was difficult in those changeable conditions.
You did mention at the stage end, that moment at the start of the stage. How big was it?
Not big, just close to the tree, I would say. You know, it wasn't like anything majorly spectacular, but it just, when the grip catches you just by surprise like that, going from something that's quite consistent and then all of a sudden, bang, you have nothing. It's not the easiest condition, obviously.
Let's have another word then about, you mentioned him earlier, Katsuta-san. It is an interesting situation for him. He doesn't score points for the Toyota team, but he scores manufacturer points for his team effectively. So he said it to us at lunchtime. He feels as if at last this year he is contributing to the Toyota cause, and he's contributing because he's taking points off of Hyundai, he's taking points off M Sports. That's quite clever, and it's a good effort from Katsuta this year, or this rally certainly.
Yeah, it's something that we did in the past with Hyundai with the second team. They didn't do in the past, I don't know why. It helped Hyundai to win in 2020, honestly speaking. But it's mad that they are doing finally this year, and especially in this situation, it shows or it speaks loudly about the advantage to have Katsuta that, as you said, is getting mature and mad. Last year already did great races in especially tough situation. I think he's a kind of driver that in tough situation like this Portugal rally, but we cannot forget what he did in Kenya last year, for example.
Well, he was fourth here in Portugal last year. He was in that really good vein of form here last year. Great day out here in Portugal for Toyota today. They have been supreme.
We have one day to go. I try to full focus and full push tomorrow.
Sordo had a great final stage. He's only 5.7 seconds behind you now. The fight's still on.
Yes, that is my mistake maybe.
What tyres have you got for tomorrow? Can you tell me?
For
Have you
sure,
got softs?
if it's rainfall, yeah, soft.
You know, you have to say Danny Sordo, he was in that fight with Katsuta this morning. Katsuta has been the better driver today. Sordo now finds himself falling down towards Neuville, and Neuville again, something you always said, Neuville is a never give up character. He puts 110% into it. He talked this morning about maybe getting back towards the podium, and we all thought it was impossible. You know, he's fighting now with Sordo for fourth place. What do you think of that? What do you think of that situation in that battle? What's your view on that one?
I don't think there's any battle there.
Right. you think maybe team orders are already in place there? Maybe
already I don't know, but I would be surprised if you have in this clear situation Danny and Thierry with the rally evolution as it is, if you not stop it.
Yeah, what's interesting is that it does look as if Sordo has more or less given up on catching Katsuta.
Dan is a reliable guy, and I think he's facing a tough rally. To jump on these cars without many experience, as he just didn't have the possibility to, is not so easy. They are different kind of beast than the one that he was used to run last year. And the year before it was possible, in my opinion, to let him jump in, jump out, because he was used to these cars from the past, he know them. He had the possibility to do some other events, so let me say, he was more used to the car. To jump out of this one, he's done something miracle, for sure. He's a Mr. Consistency, let me say, and he's shown again.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely. Difficult situation for Danny Sordo, but here is the thing, Andrea Adamo. You flagged this very early last year. What we've seen today, by the way, we've seen Loeb making a mistake yesterday, very uncharacteristic. We've seen Sébastien Ogier making a mistake today, very uncharacteristic. We've seen Danny Sordo struggling to make the most of his road position yesterday, very uncharacteristic. What do those three drivers have in common? Well, they're all part-time drivers who are jumping in and out of these new cars. And it's something you flagged last year. You said that maybe the days of part-time drivers are numbered with these new cars because you will need the consistency to learn the car and to get the best out of it. Are we seeing that being demonstrated here this weekend?
One rally is not enough to say, but I may think that could be the case. I was worried about it last year, but not for the fact of the new car itself. It's the fact that with the new rules, you don't have the possibility to test a lot. You have 1 day per rally per driver. With new surface, new stuff like this, if you are not used to these cars, I think maybe complicated. And it came out to be in the end. Then, you know, for sure, when you crash, it's a mistake. But the one of Seb yesterday was quite strange itself. It was also a bit unlucky. Ogier one maybe the same, but for sure these cars react in a different way than what they were used to. That's clear.
Yeah, it really is. When we've asked drivers in the past about jumping into the cars, they say, well, it's more or less the same. It's 4 wheels, it's a steering wheel, it's a throttle, it's a brake. Not quite as simple as that. What's this car here that's about to go past us, Andrea?
It's Mr. Villas Bojas. That is running with a strange noise, but I don't know.
That's a very strange noise. Wow. Yeah, you can tell we're in a very active service park here. That debate will go on, won't it? The debate about part-time drivers, whether the advantage that you get from road position is then outweighed by the disadvantage of jumping into the car and finding your way in these cars. Andrea, we have one more day to go here in Portugal. It's looking very strong indeed for Toyota. Obviously, Rovanperä leads the way. Not a massive difference between him and Evans. Do you think we're going to hold station tomorrow, 1, 2, 3 for Toyota? It looks that way, doesn't it?
Many results were looking like written in stone in the past, and then everything happened. Let me say, let's keep some thriller, or let's pretend to have some thriller tomorrow.
Don't forget tomorrow. We've seen a bit of rain today. The forecast for tomorrow, Andrea, looks a bit interesting, a bit spicy. Maybe some thunderstorms. Thunderstorms, faffy, as you say, anything can yet happen.
So let's see.
Let's see what happens then on the final day of the Rally of Portugal. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. A massive thank you to this man here for his wisdom and his thoughts.
Thank you to you for relying on hold, retire.
Can I say a very big thank you for something else? For cleaning up our dishes this morning in the DirtFish house. What happened there?
You know,
It was David Evans. It wasn't me. It was David Evans.
Let me say like this, they just kindly host me in their apartment. This morning I didn't wake up as early as them, and there's a good Italian retired housekeeper. I was just sweeping the table, cleaning the dishes, because these young children are not used and their mom didn't slap them enough in the past. So I have to care about them, but happy to do, you know.
Yeah, and we appreciate it. DirtFish.com, folks, the place to be for all the action from the final day at Rally of Portugal.